always have to adjust the volume every time. There we go. Alright, anyways, you guys read the title. We're going to be farming more of the winter event today, trying to get a tribute, since last time, thanks to, I believe, Ghost, Nick, and also Coco, we were able to obtain all the legendaries from the winter event. So right now we're just kind of waiting for part 2 to come out, and then the tributes we haven't gotten yet, so that's what we're going to be doing this stream. And we'll see if we can get the tributes. I don't feel like we don't have that great of a chance, even though we have a boost active, but I mean, you know, it's fine. We'll try our best. Oh nice, BGM is in Transylvania. Check the amount of players. Alright, looks good. So we're gonna check a few places here. And I think where I want to start is at the dragon and see if there's anyone at the dragon. If there's not, then we'll just go ahead and go to Krampus. Since Krampus is much easier than the dragon, if you have enough players at Krampus, you can easily just take him out without having to die. Versus the dragon, where you have to actively play. You can AFK Krampus, but you can't AFK the dragon. So that's just the more difficult part. Anyways, to find the dragon, I still don't remember the route for this, but we're gonna try our best to find it here. I think it's somewhere over here. All I know is that I have to find the rat cave, and then from the rat cave I can get to the dragon pretty easily. Pretty sure this just circles around. Again, I haven't really played too much of the update, so I can't really say that I remember any of the pathing to get to certain places. Just give me a second to find what I'm looking for. Okay, so there is a bottom section. This is probably just going to Krampus. Okay, there we go. Just have to hop over that. Okay. Let's go here. See where this leads. Okay. Actually, I think we might have just found Dragon Cave right away without having to go to Rat Cave first. Yep, this is Dragon Cave. Okay. Very confusing path. I still haven't memorized the locations yet. But, you know, just a little bit of practice, going back and forth, and I should be able to get it. But I just haven't been too interested in playing the Swordburst 2 event, because it just doesn't really keep me engaged. You know, I played Swordburst 2 so much in the past that playing it right now just doesn't feel like the same. Even though it is like a new event and everything, but the grinding aspect just feels similar. And I'm getting a little bored of grinding, you know, like, because most of what I do in Swordburst 2 now is just grinding, right? I don't really participate in that many events, like not farming events, but more of just the hosted events, like the ones that BGM does or Yada does. I don't participate in those that often. I don't trade that often either. I don't really engage with the community much. So, yeah. Anyone hear a dragon? Oh, completely empty. Okay. Well, looks like we're heading to Krampus then, because that's the only other place that we can go. That's fine, since we don't really farm Krampus that much anyways. Let me check the player again. Yeah, it looks like a pretty full server, so hopefully we can get a good crowd at Krampus. That way we don't have to take too much damage. I do need to use a lot of health regen though, since you will take damage from Krampus at least one time, and then you could end up dying if you don't have enough health regen. So getting the Krampus is, I think, easier, because I think his path is just down this way, and you take somewhere around here. From what I remember, there it is, yeah, right there, just a little deeper into the forest. And there's a ton of players there. So we'll grab that and then just head straight in. Alright, so I'm just gonna hop in right here. What am I gonna use? I want to use tree. I might use the spear, maybe. I don't know. It kind of depends. I think I'll use a spear. Why not? We'll use this right here. Okay, I also have to use the Sword Storm Chain. Otherwise, I'm not going to deal enough damage to get credit on it. Just something to be wary of. Could use something different, like maybe the rapier, for example. Let me see. Actually, hold on. What do I have? I have the. Let's use the purple sacred piercer then. Why not? Might as well. Since I think the rapier is one of the faster animations. It might be the two-hand, depending on like a couple things. We're getting credit though, which is good. And there's plenty of time too. There's about a like 2 or 3 second gap after I get my credit. So there's like a good amount of space, which is pretty good. So yeah, because the first time I came to Krampus, I think I remember it was I couldn't get credit because it was just too difficult, since I wasn't using Sword Storm Chain. Because I think if you don't have Sword Storm Chain, then I think the substitute for that would probably be Curse Enhancement. Because Coco mentioned that you can get 3 times the hits with Curse Enhancement. But if you don't have either, then it makes it very difficult. Took a lot of damage for that. I'm gonna do a quick heal. Took so much damage. I am using the red crafter, so that's where most of my health regen is coming from. I'm also using coffins, but I think Crown of Thorns health regen 23% versus Coffin. Coffin is 20%. Yeah, Crown actually has a higher health regen, but you take more damage because the defense goes. It's a decent trade, I guess. Oh, he's not even stepping this way. That's tough. There we go. There we go. Okay, we barely got it. I think everyone popped their cursed enhancement and then he wasn't coming this way, so no one could really get credit. We have 19 hours left on our boost. So plenty of time left. Let's see, Krampus. Let me check the drops here. So we pretty much, yeah, we have everything here except for this tribute. A 1 in 25,000 chance of getting. Some people have not gotten this, by the way, in like 1,000 kills. You can check how many times you killed Krampus, like right here. I've done it 5 times. People have done this thousands of times, like 1,000, 2,000, like 3,000. I think some people even have like 10,000, close to 10,000 kills on Krampus. But still. Oh, I just ended up dying. Even though I healed before, I don't think I died there. I think I healed before I died, but okay. I guess the game just registers that as a death. That's fine. I'm going to use something. I feel like Sacred Piercer is pretty short in terms of its length. I'll just go back to Spear, forget it. Spear is fine. I'm not worried about it. All I need to do is just heal and use use the Source Storm Chain before at the right time. There we go. $891 val. Yeah, as I was saying, there are some players that probably have at least like 10,000 kills on this and still haven't gotten the tribute yet. It's that difficult of a drop. 1 in 25,000 is very unlikely. Because I think it tells me, I mean, on average, if you look at the fraction, you have a 1 out of 25 chance of getting it, or 1 out of 25,000 chance of getting it, which is, you know, and that means like if you roll a dice that has 25,000 sides, and you're trying to get the number 25,000, you have a 1 in 25,000 chance of getting that, which it just doesn't happen. There's no way. Now, in terms of myself, though, I have never gotten a tribute drop that was low percentage. I have had a tribute drop before, which was the Rusty Rainbow Rapier, right? But that drop was not a percentage drop. It was a guaranteed drop that took a lot of time. It took, I think, 7 hours to get that drop, and you had to bet during those 7 hours that you either didn't disconnect or you were hitting the dummy, right? But that was the only tribute that I've ever gotten, and I've never gotten a tribute that's like low percentage. But you know, it could change today if I happen to get it. Now I'm also trying to get all the other legendaries. So I do have all the other legendaries, but for the one hand specifically, I'm trying to get a duel of those. Since I do like dual, I like to dual wield like one hand. So if I can get the dual wielding for those, it'll be great. But even if I don't, that's fine too. I'm not worried about it. Yeah, Source Storm Chain is just, I guess, just the optimal thing right now. If you combine Source Storm Chain with Curse Enhancement, you can get hits pretty quick. But the thing about Curse Enhancement is that it has a startup. You know, and the Krampus can die very quickly, right? So you could waste like the valuable seconds doing the startup and then just still not be able to get the credit. So it just kind of depends. But you can see here, some of us don't take damage, and it happens in cycles. So basically what I'm saying is like the damage that Krampus does, if you don't have enough people, he'll damage, and then he'll damage everyone. And then you have to hope that you survive the next hit. But if you have enough people, you can actually bypass that because you kill them faster than you can do the damage. It happened a lot with some like the dragon as well. There's that dragon attack where he like has this ability where he sends like a bunch of, I guess, like lightning strikes, or you know, that orb attack. But basically, if you have enough people, you can actually bypass that. He doesn't actually do that. He does the attack on startup. You know, like when he spawns, he'll do the attack, but he won't do it a second time if you have enough people to cover him. Either way, it's kind of like, you know, power in numbers, right? Sometimes it's difficult to rank below people into one spot because once people find a spot in Swordburst 2, they kind of just settle there for a little bit. So if you try to move everyone, it's very, unless you're like BGM, who can basically teleport everyone to a place. But I think in my experience, like getting people to move to like to a new location. I remember we were once farming the trio on floor 11, and there was this one guy who was trying to get everyone to move to like Saurus, and no one wanted to move. So because you know, everyone wants the farm trio to get either the legendaries or the recipe for the burst, or they just wanted to get the sun pistol. It was pretty funny. In terms of the updates, though, the updates are looking pretty okay. Let me check what the latest news was. Yeah, so Yano talked about the Part 2 update and basically what's going on. So 18 out of 30 weapons for Winter Update Part 2 are done. 1 cosmetic chest is done. 3 out of 4 or potentially 5 new mobs are done. The map is still in progress. New skills are still in progress. And there's this gift system that he's talking about. Now, I'm assuming that the gift system is basically like kind of similar to the trading system, maybe. Or I could be completely wrong about this, but the gift system is either one of two things. It's one where it's like the trading system, but instead of like trading, you use it as a way to give people stuff for free, or it's kind of a system where, you know, at a certain time of like the year, I guess, you know, for example, Christmas or Thanksgiving, like the developers or contributors like are able to give people something through that system. I don't know, it's either one of those two systems. I don't know exactly how it'll work, because he only mentioned it, but he didn't like specify any details about it, so I don't know. But I guess we'll see. I didn't really explain that too well, but I'm just assuming that the gift system is like a way to give people items, either by players giving players items, or the staff being able to distribute gifts for something, you know, like for example, you win a hosted event, or I guess or you take part in like a themed event or something. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to explain. But yeah, that's kind of how part 2 is looking. So it looks like they're not going to be done with part 2 until at least probably February. Because I mean, judging by the fact that they're somewhere around like maybe halfway of getting part 2 released, it seems like, you know, there's only a few days left of January, right? It's the 22nd, and January ends on the 31st. So there's only about like 9 days left, and I don't think they're going to be able to complete part 2 in 9 days, just based off my experience of waiting for like updates in Swordburst 2, because usually updates is like, for me, I kind of assume that updates take longer than it's mentioned. You know, for example, like if Yato says like, oh, you know, this will come out in like a week, then I usually take that time and multiply it by 2. I usually assume that it takes longer than it should. Just because, you know, they're putting in finishing touches and such, and you know, developing games is difficult. Go into the stream, BGM. You finished? Nice, congratulations. But yeah, I always assume that development time takes either 2 or 3 times longer, because you know, they have to basically like plan for it, they have to like make it, and then afterwards they have to test it, right? Because if you don't test it, there's going to be a bunch of bugs, and then that's not going to be good for anyone. Because you know, if it's really buggy, you know, for example, Floor 12 release was extremely buggy, and I think winter event, when it first released, was also pretty buggy. There's always going to be bugs either way. I mean, testing isn't perfect, but it helps. Do you know what I finished? Something with Crystal Collection, I'm assuming, because I remember you shared like some stuff with me about Crystal Collection. No. Oh, okay. Did you finish your, I guess, your Swordburst 2 stuff? And like, I guess, I don't know. I'm assuming that you have stuff to work on for Swordburst 2. Not yet? Okay. I'm not sure. You finished getting all the items from the winter event? Is that it? I haven't gotten a single drop today, but that's okay. I mean, we're 24 minutes in. I don't expect to get any drops yet. We have 19 hours left of our boost. Those 19 hours will help in some way. I mean, it did help last stream, where I was getting, I think I got 3 or 4 drops last stream. So the boost did help a little bit, but overall, it hasn't really helped me too much. I mean, 24-hour boost. I've used 5 hours of it and have only gotten 3 drops. So is it really worth it? It depends. I mean, again, it's still an RNG. It's still a luck-based system. So, you know, having a boost helps you get the items, or helps you. It makes it more likely that you'll get it, but it doesn't guarantee it. So, today was my last day. Last day? Like, last day of, was it like last day of winter break or something? Or I don't know what you're talking about, BG. I don't know the context. I probably should have been watching some of the streams. That's probably where I would have gotten a lot of the context from. It's because I've been missing your streams, BGM, so I haven't kept up. busy with a lot of other things. I'm trying to think of if there's anything else like that I would add to Swordburst 2 at the moment. Right now, off the top of my head, I can't really think of anything. Maybe a better way to filter through the inventory. Last time I was talking about like filtering, and there is a way to filter in Swordburst 2, like in the inventory, if you just type into the search. But I feel like if there were like buttons to like filter, it would kind of help make things a little easier. Like for example, you know, if you open up your inventory, type in like legendary, it'll pop out with all the legendaries of like a specific category. If you like, for example, here I'm pressing spear, or you could even like type in like the level and it'll come up. So, like right now, this is the only way to filter through the inventory, but if there was a way to like filter using the buttons, I don't know. I don't know where you would put the filter buttons, but maybe like somewhere on the bottom here, or maybe on the side. I don't know. But right now, the only way to kind of filter is through the search, and it's not that difficult. You just type in whatever. But I think either way, it's pretty good though, being able to look through the inventory like that. Sometimes, you know, I wonder if there's a way to filter in between something. Like for example, if I want to look at items that are between a certain range, like for example, if I wanted to look at legendary weapons that are level 100 to level 200, and exclude any legendaries below level 100 and exclude any legendaries that are above level 200. I don't think there's a way to filter it like that, but I wonder. I might test it out. I mean, you could do legendary. Well, if you put a comma. Legendary. So I think you can only filter one at a time, or unless you can add a comma to somewhere, but I wouldn't know. I'm dying. I died, and I didn't even get the credit for it. That sucks. That was my fault. I wasn't watching the health bar. All right. Anyways, but let me experiment. Maybe parentheses? Well, that doesn't pop up. Yeah, I don't think there's a way to do it. There's no like syntax for that thing to work. That's fine. Or I could even add some kind of way to do it. Make some kind of script for it, but then that wouldn't really help me in any way. Dang, I just keep getting. I'm one hit away. Okay, I'm getting hit a lot more now. Okay, I'm gonna go back here because I think if I stand in the front, I'm more likely to get hit. I need like these players in the front to keep it steady. Because I was right there. I was right in front of him. So if I stand there and keep standing there, I'm gonna take damage. There's no doubt about that. BGM sad. BGM sad face. Yeah, it's pretty sad. But it's okay. Things will be okay. Yeah, see, from here I'm not taking as much damage. I still get hit with his normal attacks, but it's not as bad as me standing up there. But I don't want to stand too far away because otherwise I probably won't be able to get any hits in. Or my hits won't reach far enough. So I kind of have to balance it out, where I don't want to be too close to where I take too much damage, but I don't want to be too far where I don't get any hits, right? So it's just about finding that balance. And I mean, spear range is absurd. So trying to get hits with the spear is not that difficult. Okay, right now I'm just on top of, or not on top, but like right below him. Krampus spawns kind of strangely because sometimes he spawns over there, like to the right side. You can kind of see that, like, I'm on the left side here. Sometimes he spawns on the right side, sometimes he spawns in the middle, and then sometimes he spawns on the left side. There might be like some kind of thing that's causing that, or maybe it's just random, I don't know. But we'll see. It all depends on, I guess. Yeah, see, like now he's spawning like towards the top of the right side. I had to come up a little bit. I wasn't getting any hits in. But yeah, I mean, this is what the winter event is now. It's just people at Krampus just like standing there for a couple hours, just trying to farm him. And for me, like, I'm not too concerned about getting the tributes right now, because I think it was mentioned that they're gonna add a pity system to the tributes, so I'm just mostly waiting for that. I'm not too worried about getting it right now. Like, it'll be great to get it right now, but getting it through the pity system is much more, I guess it's like much easier that way. But I think that's only coming in part 2, so. And the pity is probably going to be relatively high as well. I mean, because of how fast Krampus is dying, I'm gonna take a guess that, you know, the pity is probably going to be somewhere between like 1,000 to maybe like 3,000. I don't think it'll be any more or any less than that. Maybe more, but definitely not less, because otherwise it'll make it too easy. Welcome to the stream, Nick. So I'm just gonna estimate, if I had to make a rough estimate of what I think the pity would be, like an actual number, I would say like 2,500. What are you farming now? Just trying to farm the tributes mostly, and also, wait, oh dang it! I used the freaking meteor. I pressed the wrong button. I used meteor. It's because I have my meteor and my heal on the same on my right next to each other, so I fumbled that. You got the dragon tribute already? No, it's just because no one's at dragon. I went to check dragon, but no one is farming there, so I just figured, okay, I'll just come to Krampus then. Oops. Because yeah, there was no one at dragon, like zero players. And I don't farm Krampus that much, or I haven't really farmed Krampus that much, so I just decided to farm here. And it's a little easier, because I don't die as often as I do at Dragon. I think when I farm Dragon, there's like a probably a 50% chance I die while fighting dragon, because it depends on where he puts it puts the attacks. You saw Swordburst 3 update, they're adding mounts. Yeah, I did read about it. I didn't read the entire thing, but let me take a look at it again. Yeah, right here. We're adding mounts to the game. Most mobs will be obtainable as mounts by defeating them and collecting a drop. Some mobs will be easier to obtain as mounts than others. We may test mounts in the final week of beta before free release. We'll also show off scaling and trading before those ship this Friday. So work in progress, but we're not planning on having mount combat or letting the mounts be used in boss arenas. This of course would really change the entire balance and design of the game. So mounts are for transportation. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, like, you know, mounts are kind of similar to the way like they function in World Zero, or at least that's the way that I kind of see it. Because in World Zero we had mounts, and they were only really used for transportation also. And in the same way, they're being used, like they're being used in the same way here in Swordburst 3. So, yeah. Either way, yeah, like having mounts do combat is like a very interesting design if they were to try to implement it. I feel like, yeah, as they were saying, like it might change the way the game is designed to be. But again, you know, like taking a look at the way that they're updating Swordburst 3, it's kind of shifting a little bit towards like World Zero level. Like it's shifting away from Swordburst 3, or it's shifting away from the way. Sorry, I can't talk today. It's basically like shifting away from the Swordburst aspect and looking more towards like World Zero, if you know what I mean. Like the art style of it is a combination of both, because I mean you're using your Roblox avatar, but it's also kind of like World Zero design in terms of like the enemies. The way the skills work is similar to World Zero. The mounts are kind of similar to World Zero now. But the thing that separates World Zero and Swordburst 3 is the fact that World Zero uses like dungeons versus like Swordburst 3, which is more open world. And it is more like quest oriented. Like you know, in World Zero there were quests, but they weren't like repetitive. They were just something that you could just do for like one time. For example, like defeating a certain amount of this enemy, or reaching this level, right? Like those are like one-time quests. That's like World Zero, but Swordburst 3 is more like you take the quest and then you complete it, and then you take it again, and then you complete it. So like it's more repeatable in Swordburst 3. It's pretty much Swordburst Online and World Zero equals Swordburst 3. Kind of, yeah. Like I would say like maybe it's not a 50-50 for sure. I don't think it's like 50% Swordburst or 50% World Zero. It looks more like 70, like 25-75. 25% Swordburst Online and then 75% World Zero. That's kind of what it's looking like to me. You can kind of argue like something different, but like from the way it's looking, it's leaning towards that direction. Now, you know, is that bad in any way? No, I like, you know, I don't think the updates that they're doing are necessarily bad, but I think the real question is kind of like, is this something that people would like though, you know? I haven't looked at like the starboard, because typically whenever I take a look at like the reviews of the game, I look at like the starboard, and there's a lot of criticism regarding some of the updates and such. but I haven't looked at it since they made the announcement, so I don't know what people are thinking right now. But I don't know. I feel like for the most part, they aren't taking it too well. Like, let me just take a look. Let me take a quick look at the starboard right now and see what's going on here. Okay, starboard has not. Well, the starboard has not said anything since the 4th of January. Let me check the game suggestions here. Yeah, I mean, it looks like, you know, it doesn't look too bad. Like, the criticism isn't that bad, but by the way, I meant today was my final day of school. Yo, that's crazy. Congratulations, BGM. BGM is graduation. Yeah, congratulations, BGM. Good stuff, man. What's next, BGM? What's your next journey? This Saturday I graduate. Congratulations, man. Hey, you know what? You're a big brain. And yeah, we celebrate big brain. Yes. I don't know how else to describe it. I'm not good at talking. I'm not good at talking words. So, but congratulations. Anyways, we are currently 44 minutes in. We got about 16 minutes before we transition to an hour. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I think aren't most graduations done like inside now? I feel like that's kind of the case. I think some graduations are done outside, but most that I've seen are done like inside of a building. Like the only ones that were done, at least like for me personally, the ones that were done outside were probably my kindergarten and elementary school graduations. I remember my middle school, high school, and university graduation were all done inside. Yeah, they were all done inside. I think so, yeah. I don't know. I mean, it depends on the condition. Like, I think if it was like if it was an area that's like more, I guess, like if it was colder, I guess you would do it in a building. But if it was like more humid, you would probably do it maybe outside, because it depends on the condition, I guess. I don't know, since you know, I've only lived in Cali, so I don't know how other areas of the US or outside the US do it. I can't really say. But yeah, some are done in a baseball stadium. Yeah, I think I think some universities do that. Yeah. Yeah, it depends on the condition, like the weather, because you know obviously you don't want to do a graduation outside and it's like raining or snowing or something. Um, but yeah, it could also depend on how many people are graduating. Yeah, that's true. Because you know like buildings only have like a set amount of seats that you can host versus like if you graduate like in an open stadium or outside, then you have like more room to work with. But I don't know. It depends on different things. Like again, I can't really say because I don't know too much. But yeah. Let's see. And for family, yeah. I think I don't know. Because for my university graduation, we did it all in a building, and I don't know how many students were graduating, but each student like was given 6 tickets, right? So we can't invite as many people as we want to, right? Because they have to set a limit, because you know some person might try to bring like 20 family members, and obviously that's not cool. Because I mean, if everyone brings like 20 family members, that the event center is gonna be packed. So I think like they limited the tickets for my graduation to like six members per graduate, and I think there was like probably close to maybe 3, 4, 500 graduates, and everyone was able to fit inside the building. Like granted, some people were just standing, but I think most of the seats were filled up. So I mean, I don't know. The size of the building was massive. I think we could hold up hundreds, maybe thousands of people inside that building. If I had to estimate, probably maybe close to 2K people in that building. I don't know exactly. I might have to search up the capacity, but I could do that right now actually. Let me search up the capacity of this. I need to know how many people. Oh, never mind. Two. I said 2 or 3K. The building that I graduated from can house 6,500 people. Oh, I miscalculated. I was way off. 2, 3K, 6.5K people in that building. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's crazy. I think I was only looking at the bottom section, because there might have been like a top section that I didn't look at. But yeah. Anyways, graduation is a very epic celebration, because it's like you know, it's a celebration to show that your big brain. and that you're destined for greatness. About 8 minutes left. Yeah, 8 minutes left until we reach an hour. Then we'll go on for another hour. We'll see if we get anything there. I'm not worried about it though. You know, it's okay if we don't get anything. It's self-explanatory. That's just kind of how Swordburst is. You know, even if I have a boost, it's still tough to get drops. Lately, I haven't been feeling like playing games. Yeah, like sometimes it's okay to feel that way, yeah, because sometimes, you know, you're just not feeling it, you know? It's okay, just take a break. Take a break. Take like a whole day off, or maybe even a week off. I don't know. It depends on how you're feeling. But you know, you can try doing other things. You know, maybe like try out new hobbies. Try to pick up new hobbies and stuff. Or travel the world or something. I don't know. I'm not a great advice giver. For anyone watching this, I don't recommend that you ask me for any advice, because I'm not good at giving advice. If anything, my advice will just make it worse. Like, I'm not good at giving people advice on what to do. I can listen and stuff. Like, I'm like, you know, if you want to vent, you know, like for me, I'm typically like the listener, right? I'm not like an advice giver or anything, like, because you know, so like when you go to help, or when you go to someone, right, and you know, when you vent, there's like two types of people. I think there's like people that want to help you and give you advice, or there's people that just like listen to it and provide like some support, right? I'm the second person. I'm someone who listens and provides support. I'm not a good advice giver by any means. So yeah, again, yeah, my advice just doesn't really help anyone. So that's why I'm more of a listener. I can't really do anything to help, but I can be there to at least, if you need a vent, I'm there. Understandable. I'd be like that too. Yeah, I don't know. Like there's like, I mean, you can be either one. It really depends on the situation, I guess, and how well versed you are on the subject. Because there's stuff that I'm pretty knowledgeable about. For example, I don't know, if someone wanted me to give them advice on Swordburst 2, or you know, some other game that I'm playing, Smash Brothers or something, then maybe I can give some advice. But if it's something that I don't know anything about, like, I don't know, giving advice on life, and anything that has to do with living, or like just life in general, I am no expert in that. So I can't really offer anything. But it's okay, you know. Life is a long-term learning. What am I saying? I think life is a long-term learning journey. I think that's what I was trying to say. Because you know, you're always learning something new as you progress through life, right? You pick up new skills, you meet new people. You learn something new every day. What did I learn today? I learned about mounts in Swordburst 3. I think that might count. I don't know. Is that knowledge that's gonna be useful? Not really. I mean, I'm not gonna play Swordburst 3 probably that often, but it's cool to know about. Oh wait, well I guess yeah. What am you looking for? I'm looking for the tribute right now. Because I have all the legendaries already, so I'm just farming for the tribute. Good luck with that. Thanks. I mean, I'm not set on getting it. I'm just doing it because it's the only things I have left. So, nothing much I can do. Too many Sub-Zeros. And trees. Well, you know, those have like trading value. You can use those to like trade with people. So, you know, it's not a complete waste of like resources. But I mean, I've been here for 58 minutes farming Krampus. I haven't had a single drop today, by the way. I'm using a boost, but not a single drop. No legendaries, no tributes, nothing. Just Vel, which is fine. Vel is okay because Vel helps me upgrade, like, or get like burst items. But that's about it. How many kills do I have so far? Let me check. I got 48 kills. Let's go. I've got 48 kills on Krampus, which is not impressive, but we're almost halfway to 50, or no, halfway to 100. Dang, I missed that one. That was my bad. I didn't start in time. But yeah, I'm just waiting for the pity system in part 2. I'm not dead set on getting the tributes until the pity system is added, and then that's when I'll start actually farming for them. Right now I'm just cruising casually. But let me check on the dual wielding for some of these weapons. Because some of these I might need a copy of, since some of these are long swords. Let me see. Wiki. Alright, well, I'm not getting that Krampus. That's too far. Too far away. Yeah, I got it. Ooh, I got credit. Ooh. Alright, anyways, let me check the winter event here. Okay. The wiki, let's go. So Frosters drop the spear, so I don't need that. Okay, reindeer reaper. Yeah, Reindeer Reaper. Alright, I only have one of those. So I have to make a list of drops that I don't have dual wielding for. So Reindeer is one of them. I probably gave some rat copies. I'll check. I'm gonna just quickly take a look at what I have and what I don't. So Reindeer is one of them. And then Ice Sword. Ice Sword's also a long sword. Okay, we have a lot of Ice Swords. A lot of those. Alright. Okay. So that's the Frostger. Okay, Gemulite only drop upgrade crystals. Crystallites only drop upgrade crystals. Howler. Howler drops Shimo, which is a katana, and Winterbane, which is a scythe. So I don't need those. Icy Snowman drops the Osrenta, which is a spear. I am losing a lot of health. Oh, yo. 1 second. Okay, there we go. Almost, I lost so much health from that. Yo, Reindeer Reaper. Epic. Thank you so much, Nick. Alright, so that completes that. Icy Imp. Okay, Icy Imp drops the Icebreaker, which I have, and then Peppermint Scythe, which is a scythe. I've had Icebreakers for a long time. Yeah, I have way too many. I have a lot of Icebreakers. Alright. So that's fine. Okay, the rat. The rat drops Glacial Artifact, which is a great sword. Ice Dawnblade, which is a katana. Dracovir, which is a katana. Setozar. Oh wait, Setozar. Setozar. Okay, whatever. I don't know how to exactly pronounce those, but let me search that one up. Okay, we have 2 Setos. So Seto's done. Powered Icicle is a rapier, and then Cold Soul. Let me check. Okay, yeah, we have a lot of Cold Soul. So that's done. So the rat is done. Okay, let's check Dragon. Scorch Winter is a longsword. Yeah, Scorch Winter. Ah, hold on. We Scorched. Okay, we only have 1 Scorched. There you go. So that's another one. Frostfire Twin Blades is a spear. Higher Blade is a rapier. Arctic Ignition is an axe. Jotun Frost is a katana, and Fractured Falls, which is the tribute. Okay, so Scorched Winter, that's one of them. And then okay, what about Krampus? Krampus is Sub-Zero, which is a long sword. Let's check that. Sub-Zero, yep, we have Sub-Zero. Empyrean Scythe, which is a scythe. Krampus's Catastrophe is the tribute. Tree is a great sword. Candy Cane Slasher is a rapier. Aetherius is a rapier, and Lucent is a spear. Okay, so we're only missing Sub-Zero. Or no, not Sub-Zero. We're only missing the dragon one. which is for dual wielding. Scorch Winter. That's the only thing we're missing. Yeah.
So we'll go back for that whenever there are players at the Dragon. I mean, it's not that hard of a drop, I don't think. So I'm not worried about it. Yeah, but we have all the dual wielding drops except for Scorch Winter. And all the other ones, yeah, we're taken care of. We can go to Dragon, just the two of us. It's fine. No, don't worry about it, Nick. It's all good, man. Yeah, we have plenty of time before part 2 comes in, so I'm not worried about it. And even then, after part 2 comes in, we still have time to get it. So yeah. When does it come in? I don't know. But I'm thinking it's probably gonna be in February or something. I don't, either like the first couple weeks of February or mid-February. Didn't they say the event ends in February? Well, I mean, part 2 is coming out, so I don't know if it means like part 1 ends and then part 2 starts, or part 2 is added to part 1.
That's what I'm kind of wondering about. I don't know. Let me check in the contributor server about the February situation. I do want to take a look at that. Okay. Where did they say that? I'm just checking right now, just to see where it says February. Okay, here's where they said it. Or here, this is what Yada said. The event will last till February. So I don't think it'll end in February, but it'll like include February. So it'll probably end in March. If that's what I'm assuming, at least, because it said the event will last till February. So either that means that it'll end like probably near the end of February or in March. I don't know exactly what that means though.
Anyways, we're past an hour now. We're at an hour and 11 minutes. No drops yet, but we're getting there.
Alright, it's because I haven't been activating the source sub chain, so I probably haven't been getting credit at all. No problem. We're all good here. But yeah, but in terms of part 2, I think it looks like they're around like halfway done with part 2. So I'm estimating part 2 will release in February. That's what I'm assuming. And then the whole event, the entire winter event, will probably end in March.
That is my prediction. Ooh, we got a legendary. Ooh, let's go.
Candy Cane Slasher. Our first legendary today. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
What's the next event after this? I'm gonna think on what's the next holiday. They could do something for like Valentine's Day, maybe. Or St. Patrick's Day, Easter in April. So January is gonna be winter event. February is probably gonna be winter event as well. Maybe Valentine's event if there is one. March, maybe St. Patrick's Day. April is Easter. May, I don't think there's gonna be anything. Maybe some kind of summer event in June, July, August. July is like Independence Day. Oh, did I heal? I used up my heal already? Really? I don't remember when I clicked it. It didn't heal me that much. Or did I heal right when he did the attack and that's why I lost so much health? Maybe that's the case. I don't know. And then in October, that's when the next Halloween event is. November, Thanksgiving. And then December is Christmas again. I guess we'll see. Because I'm trying to think of like where the droughts are. And what I mean by drought is like where the game isn't having an event. Which, from what I'm thinking, it's probably gonna be in the summer, in the spring or summer, because like May, June, July, and August don't really have much going on. So that's where I'm estimating like That's where I'm estimating. That's when there's gonna be like a drought there. But January, February is gonna have winter event. Maybe March is gonna be a drought as well. April is Easter for sure. And then the summer, October with Halloween is definitely there. I don't know if there's going to be anything for Thanksgiving, but there's going to be another winter event or Christmas event in December as well. So we'll see. We'll see where things go. Oh wait, they're not on the screen. Okay, there it is. It wasn't activating because I was on Chrome. Hey yo, Delta Climber. I don't know much about Delta Climber. Hold on, let me search this up. Delta Climber. Oh, okay. Makes some cool videos. How a lower level can get credit and a drop from the dragon. Okay, let's see. Use what you've got. How to dual run the dragon. Dragon Slayers Extraordinaire. Interesting. Alright, he makes some cool videos. And he also made a video on like data loss warning. That's pretty cool. Good stuff, man. I should use the like a greatsword two-hand, just cause like I don't know where he's spawning from. Cause if I use like, oh nice, I got Sub-Zero, but if I use like Tree or something, or maybe Toxicity, I can increase like my range. Cause if you guys know about two-hand swords, they cover like the area around you. They cover you like a 360. Katanas cover in front of you, like a big area in front of you. I think spears also do the same thing, cover a big area in front of you. But there's not a lot of weapons that can cover like behind you. That's where like the greatsword comes in. You know, just in case you get pushed and it turns your character around. That's where the greatsword can help. Alright, 2 drops today though. So we're not going out empty-handed at least. But we're not going out with a tribute either. I don't know how many people actually have the tribute. I would assume that because it's a 1 in 25,000, that probably maybe less than 5% of players in this event have that tribute, or at least one of the tributes. 'Cause I mean, if people were farming like tens of hours for this, then the chances are that not a lot of people have them, or they might be farming for extras. I don't know. Kind of saw some exploiters. Really? When I was on last time? Yeah, I guess there are still people that exploited Swordburst too. I thought Roblox got rid of exploiters. But I guess not. Cause like, didn't Roblox partner up with Synapse to take down exploiting? Unless they're using something different. Oh, I guess it isn't like 100% solved, because there's other ways to execute scripts in Roblox, I guess, other than Synapse. So I guess like there's still gonna be some lurkers out there. Yeah, there's still some out there that work. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, you know, that's not my problem. That's Roblox to deal with, I guess. Just imagine, like, I can imagine Roblox just going to every like exploiting software and just partnering up with all of them. Synapse. I don't know, cheat engine, if that's still a thing. All that stuff, you know? All right, we're nearing an hour and 30. And then we got another half hour to go, and then we're good. Yo, check out that Vel 777. You know what that means? We've hit the jackpot. I don't know, man. We could get it now. I mean, we just got 777 Vel, so I don't know. It could be a sign. I don't know. We'll see. You think the others would want to play lethal? We could ask. I don't know if they're busy right now because I mean it is Monday, so I mean it is a school day. But I don't know. We could ask. All right. Okay, still no drops. Unfortunate. Well, our 777 jackpot didn't work. All right, I'll be right back. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Let's see. Man, I gotta get a PC. I'm not getting this kill. Oh, dang. Is it lagging? It's tough. Like, I wouldn't be able to get credit if I was playing on my laptop, because the lag is just too much on my laptop. Like on my PC, I'm running. If I had the FPS unlocker, I'd probably run at least maybe, I think around like 150, 200, 150 to like 200 frames. But on my laptop, I'm running around like 15 to 20 frames, maybe 30 if I get lucky. But yeah, I'm like trying to play on my laptop is a nightmare. Let's go. We got a third drop today. Aetherius. We got Aetherius. Three different drops, by the way. So, first was the Candy Cane Slasher. Yeah, right here. Candy Cane Slasher. Then it was Sub-Zero, and now it's Aetherius. There you go. 3 different drops. What a day. Our boost is coming in clutch in the last like 30 minutes. Or in the second
in the second hour of our stream, which is epic. Oh, I'm about to get obliterated. I looked at my health and I saw like 3%. Either way, I should probably be saving my boost for part 2 because it'd be more valuable that way. And I mean, I'm partially doing that because I'm, you know, I'm partially doing that because, you know, I'm not playing Swordburst, you know, that often, right? So I am like saving it to like a degree because like I've only been playing Swordburst on stream for the most part. Like I haven't really touched it off stream at all. Like I only come on if something cool is happening, like, you know, maybe if BGM or Yato is like hosting an event or something, maybe I'll come on and participate. But other than that, like if it's just like farming, I'm not really, you know, hopping on. Because I mean, I don't know. I just don't want to sit there for like hours just farming the same thing for so long. Because it gets really boring quick, you know? Yeah. I need something else. I need something that'll keep me actively entertained, you know what I mean? Because it's like, it's kind of like the argument that I make for tower defense games. Because when I play tower defense games, right, I'm not really doing much. I'm just kind of like setting my troops down and watching them do the work, right? Similar, it's kind of how I play Swordburst 2. Swordburst 2 is like, oh, you know, I'm just gonna get my avatar or my character to like a certain area of the map and then have it sit there AFKing for hours. It's basically the same thing as trying to play a tower defense game. And it gets kind of boring quick. I need something like that's more active. For example, like I don't know, playing something like Lethal Company is like active, right? Because no, I'm not watching anything happen. Like, well, if I die and I spectate, yeah, but like for the most part, you're actually actively playing the game. Like you're participating, you know, in the actual gameplay of it. And like that's why I like active games more. Like games where I feel like I can actually do something. Um, rather than just like watching and stuff. Like, you know, card games and strategy games, I don't know if I really enjoy them that much because I mean, yeah, you know, you're actively doing things, but I'm not doing too much, you know? Like for example, when I play a card game like Hexeria or something, it's kind of like Hexeria is kind of like a strategy game, or I guess this is strategy games in general, but I don't know. I need something where I feel like I'm actually doing something. Like fighting games, right? Fighting games, you press a button and your character doesn't move, right? And then you press another button and they do move. So like that I feel like I'm doing something. With card games or strategy games, I'm just kind of clicking things and they just happen. But I'm not really doing anything, right? It's like it's the card that's doing that, or it's the system that's doing that, right? Like or like the battle system, right? But I don't feel like I'm actually playing the game necessarily. So that's just kind of how I feel typically when it comes to like Swordburst 2 now. Like Swordburst 2 is an active game, yes, you know, you can move around, you can click and you can do attacks. But the way that I'm playing it now makes it feel like it's not that active as it was before. Like before I was playing it and, you know, I would move around, dodge abilities, but now it's just this. Now, like a lot of Swordburst 2 is now just this, where people just stand in a specific area and they just AFK farm the entire day, and that's just not thrilling for me. It's not super fun. So that's kind of why I've been taking a break from Swordburst recently, or in recent times, because I just don't feel like it's one of those active games anymore. And Of course, you can make it active, right? You can make something active by actually going out there and doing things. The thing about Swordburst 2 is that I'm kind of finished with the game, like, or quote unquote finished. Like, I don't have the strongest items yet, but I do have the burst, the 350 burst spear, which is good enough, right? I might not have the strongest shields. I'm still using the what are they called? Hold on. Let me pull up the shields here. Girion, yeah, okay. So I'm still using the Girion shields. I'm not using any of the burst shields because I haven't made them yet. But still, like, I feel like I pretty much finished the game, so there's not really much else I can do. I could go farm for, hey, nice, Candy Cane Slasher. That's our 4th drop for the day. But I mean, at the same time, it's kind of it's the same thing, I can just fight Antheon over and over again until I get like an Undying Flame Essence, and I haven't gotten that many Flame Essences. I've only gotten like two or three in my days of farming Antheon. It just doesn't feel that exciting anymore, But that's just how I feel personally. And part of the reason why I try to play other games on Roblox, or I record them and post them instead of streaming them. For example, I'm posting a lot of horror games recently in my videos, just because horror games are fun. You're doing stuff in there. There's lore, and when you play with friends, it's extremely fun. Like I think out of anyone, I've played probably close to maybe 40-50 horror games with Josh now. Some of those weren't recorded. Like I only started recently recording our horror game sessions, maybe like a few months ago. But I mean, me and Josh have been playing horror games for like years now. And whenever a new one comes out, or whenever, not every new one, but every new horror game that looks good, me and Josh will play. Granted that they're not like, granted that they're not outrageous, because if you go into my Fortnite video, like the Fortnite video that I posted a couple weeks ago, or like maybe a month or two ago, that video, like the horror game part of it, you guys would know, if you actually watch that video, you'll notice that during that horror Fortnite game, I did a lot of cuts. Like it would transition from this scene to this scene a lot. And the reason for that is because me and Josh were struggling to figure out what to do. And it wasn't really made clear what we were supposed to do. Because some of the games on Roblox, like some of the horror games on Roblox, kind of guide you through what you have to do. Like for example, the latest chapter of the Mimic, book 2, chapter 3, really helps you out. Like it kind of helps you, like it doesn't hold your hand and tell you exactly what to do, but it has guiding points that help you to know what to do, and that really helps out a lot. But when you're put into a horror game and you have no idea what you're supposed to do, those are the type of horror games I don't exactly enjoy, because you're kind of forced to figure out what to do yourself, right? There's no guiding points. For example, like when some of the horror games that me and Josh play, it's kind of like there's an objective, and then it'll say like, find this key or something, or use the key on this door, or enter the machine room or something, right? It kind of tells you where to go. It doesn't tell you where the rooms are or where that key is. Like you have to search for the key, obviously, or you have to search for that room. But it gives you an idea of where to go, versus like a horror game that kind of puts you in like the beginning and is like, okay, now figure it out. Like there's a bunch of buildings out here,
there's a bunch of monsters out here, but we're not gonna tell you where to go. You kind of just have to figure it out. And I mean, sometimes they're fun, but most of the time it's like, oh well, we're gonna sit here for like an hour trying to figure out step one, and yeah, it's just, you know, it's a mess with those horror games. And me and Josh did not like the Fortnite one because it was kind of like that. It didn't tell you where to go. You just had to like walk around the map until you figured out what the next part was. There was no objectives. There was no like guiding points. You just had to walk around until you figured it out. But yeah. And I think I know this is like a major thing in horror games, but I don't like mazes in horror games. Like when a horror game has a maze in there, I kind of dread doing it, because there was a game that, by the way, this is not uploaded on my channel yet, and it'll probably get uploaded maybe in the next few days or weeks. But me and Josh played a game called Drippler. If you guys search it up on Roblox, you'll find it pretty easily. And Drippler, the map of Drippler is like a maze. And I think the recording for that game, let me search up how long. Let me search how long our recording session for Drippler was. I think this was it. Okay. By the way, Drippler is not a long game. So the premise of Drippler, right, is to go around the map and collect evidence for something that's going on, right? And basically you have to go around the map and collect 9 videotapes, like those little cassette tapes, or a cassette or videotapes, like you know those old like tapes that people used to use. You have to go and collect 9 of those. And on paper that sounds very easy to do, right? Like you just go around the map, find the videotape, pick it up, find this videotape, pick it up, right? But keep in mind that the map is a maze. So me and Josh were running around there looking for like videotapes while a monster was chasing us. And there's multiple monsters, by the way. There's not just one. It took us an hour and 6 minutes to finish that recording. Because I still have it. I still have the recording. It's an hour and 6 minutes to find 9 videotapes. We just kept dying in the maze. Luckily, though, the game has infinite lives. That's another stickler that I don't like in horror games as well. Lives. Like, you know, something like in the Mimic, like Nightmare Mode, where you have 1 life, is understandable. That's fine. If you want to give yourself a challenge, right? The Mimic, like, normally, it has infinite life. You can die as many times as you want, and you can still keep going and finish the game. But when the only thing that you have in a horror game is like 1 life, and when you die, you have to start from the very beginning again. You could be like 30 minutes into the game, and then you end up dying, and now you have to go back and do those 30 minutes all over again. That is just one of the most frustrating things that I dislike about having horror games. Like, look, it's okay to have lives in horror games, but I don't want it to be like something that is like the main difficulty, right? Like, sure, you can have an extra difficulty where you put lives, but if you have like, if the normal difficulty game is 1 life or 3 lives, that makes it a little hard.
especially if the horror game is like difficult, right? If it's something that's easy, I'm not worried about it. Like for example, the experience games. You guys have seen them all around Roblox. The hotel experience, the gas station experience, the watchtower experience. All those like experience games. Those are fine because experience games are extremely easy to beat. If those games have lives or one life, I'm not worried about it. But if it's like something where like if you know I know I keep using the Mimic as an example, but the Mimic's just the most popular horror game right now on Roblox. But basically, like, if it was like the Mimic, where it's like multi-part, like 6, 7, 8 parts in the game, and you have one life to complete them, and if you die, you have to start from the very beginning. I'm not gonna have fun playing that because I'm not trying to experience the story. I'm trying to not die in the game. You know, like I'm not invested in the story as much. I'm more invested on trying to beat the game and not lose lives. I can't be immersed enough because I'm focused so much on trying to survive. Like you know what I mean? So yeah, like those are some of my pet peeves when it comes to playing like horror games.
Games that don't guide you properly or have no guides at all. Horror games that have mazes in them or extreme, like
Small mazes are okay, but if it's like a giant maze or the whole game is a maze, that makes it very difficult. I'm probably not gonna enjoy it. And then third, um, I'm losing my memory here.
um, what was the third one? I said mazes. Um, I said no guiders. What was the third one I mentioned? I already forgot what the third one was. Oh, lives.
There you go, lies. So yeah, those three.
Um, no guidance, mazes, like extremely long mazes, and
Horror games that have lies. Those are the three things that I dislike having in horror games because they just make the experience a lot more tedious to play. Anyways, we are closing in on the stream right now. We have 10 minutes left until we end the stream today. But we did get a lot of drops today. We got 4 drops. We got 2 candy cane slashers, what was that? What was that sword called? A Sub-Zero, and Aetherius. Sub-Zero, Aetherius, 2 candy cane slashers. That's what we got today. Awesome. Alright, 10 minutes to go. What's everyone doing right now? Let me check my friends list here. Okay, someone's playing Arcane Lineage. Swordburst 2, Counter Blocks, Swordburst 2, and then everyone else is just online. A lot of people are playing Swordburst 2 right now. Or the majority of people. The majority of my friends who are online on Roblox are playing Swordburst 2. Even BGM's on Swordburst 2. What is BGM up to right now? Okay, BGM is on Transylvania? Snow Dragon is on. Or maybe it's just not refreshed. Never mind, they're both on Transylvania. Yo, another candy cane slasher. That's our third one today. 5 drops today. 3 candy cane slashers. 1 Sub-Zero. 1 Aetherius. No, even if we didn't get a tribute today, we did better than we normally did. 5 drops today is not that bad, honestly. And with the boost actor, that's pretty decent. Not gonna say that's like good or anything. Like good would probably be like maybe 8, 9 drops, but we got like 5, so I'll give it up. That's pretty good. I'll give it a decent score. All right, last 5 minutes. Here we go. Down to our last 5 minutes.
know if
what's that one doing right now? Hold on. Yo, no way, Josh is online? I've never seen that. You guys know that, like, on Discord, like you guys know the statuses, right? Like online, which is like green, yellow is away, and then like red is like do not disturb. Josh went online. Josh never goes online. I've never seen a status like that before. Like normally, Josh is always like invisible. Like he always has like that off, like the status that makes him look like he's offline, but he's actually online. Like the invisible status. I've never seen him have the online status before. That's crazy. That's the first time I've ever seen that. Same thing with let's see, T-Man is offline. That's crazy. Or idle. That's what it is. It's online, idle, do not disturb, offline and invisible. Alright. We're gonna do one more Krampus after this. Oops, I don't know why I turned on my block. Turn that off. Alright, one more Krampus, and then we're done after this one. And if we get the tribute, then we have to stream for another hour. But I doubt we're gonna get it. There's no way we're gonna get Krampus's catastrophe on this next kill. No way. Impossible. Impossible. Unless. But impossible. We should find another Steam game to play? Maybe, yeah. I'll look around and then maybe drop some stuff. I don't know yet. we'll see. We'll see. Unless you want to make some suggestions. I think you suggested Played Up last time. That was pretty cool. I don't know. I've only played it a couple times. I thought it was mid, but it depends. Saw a lot of old Mega Man games. Oh, nice. Alright guys, well, I'm going to call it there. If you guys enjoyed the stream, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see some more Swordburst 2 or you have any other games that you want me to play, make sure to let me know in the comment section, live chat Discord server. Special thanks to Nick for the item, the Reindeer Reaper. Thank you so much for that. And also everyone else who tuned into the stream today, Future, BGM. That's pretty much it, actually. It was only BGM, Nick, and Future who tuned in. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Anyways, yeah, I'll catch you guys on Wednesday for the Minecraft stream, for anyone who wants to tune in there. But next Swordburst 2 stream will be next Monday. So I'll see you guys then. Thank you so much.